Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. The music is still playing. That's weird. We do one shots, we do miniseries, we do long running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight we are playing a game called Icon. It is made with the same people as Lancer, which if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that we love Lancer. And this is pretty much kind of a more fantasy version of that. With some blades in the dark aspects thrown in. Love blades. But before we jump into it, I do have just a few announcements to get through. First being, we do have two sponsors. HeroForge.com is the site that we use all of our wonderful tokens that here, as well as it's where you can go to make super customized miniature models, or whenever the heck we can relax in person again. Or if you just want super cool models to play up. I don't have any here, but if I did, that's where I'd put them. They're the Odd Parents reference. Thank you. But yeah, they have lots of cool stuff: weapons, runes, armors, spell effects. You name it, you can make it. It's even fun to just go in and like mess around and build characters. Post a link here, cause mods are asleep. Are they? How dare they have lives? I'll get it. But you can use our link to not only get cool stuff, but support us in the process. I can love you for it. There it is. I knew it was. Our second sponsor is Epidemic Sound. It is the website that we use to get all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects. They have any mix, match, and genre of music you could ever want. There we go. And once again, if you use our link, you get 30 days access free to the entirety of the site. It doesn't cost you a penny. End of the 30 days, if you decide that you don't want it, you don't need it, you can cancel. Still doesn't cost you anything, but if you do decide to keep it, your subscription does go to supporting. And I get this fun little email that says someone used your code. Very cool. Once again, we heckin' love you for it. The thing that I always forget to plug is our YouTube channel. If you happen to miss any of our streams and you miss the VOD after it goes down off of Twitch, you can find everything on our YouTube channel, every stream we've ever done, up to like a year ago. There's a few past that I think I failed to put on, but up to that point, we have something crazy like 200 and something videos, I think, which is bananas. But as with all social media, every like, every view, every follow, every subscription, it all counts, it all goes to supporting us. Because we literally can't do this without you. So from the bottom of my heart and everyone at the Lost Caravan, thank you for your support. Alright, I think that is enough out of me. I'm going to pass it on over to the lovely folks that we have with us to tell you who they are and who they're playing tonight. Starting... let's go counterclockwise in Agent of Chaos tonight. Start with Morgan.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Morgan Stutler. I'm an actor and voice actor. I'm reachable at most social media at Mr. Morphine 482. I'm going to be playing Pops Harlow, a common workaday farmer.
Absolutely nothing unusual about Pops at all.
Nothing.
They're totally normal.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us then up to Kian.
Hello everyone, my name is Kian, pronouns they them theirs. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_Chiffon. I will be branching out to other social medias very soon. I am playing Essen tonight, a Trog harvester who has been sort of jokey and funny, and then last session started to seriously threaten to harm and maim and injure some new companions on our ship, but has also adopted Turnip, the little robot that I will be carrying, so I'm super excited about that, but yeah.
Alright. And Essen is what do we say, like 7.5 feet tall?
Yeah, round is between 7.5 and 8 feet tall.
Yeah. And Pops and Orton are like 4.
No.
Pops is obviously shorter.
I think it's like it's not 6 foot, it's like 5 foot something.
A respectable 5 something.
Pops is around 4 foot. 4 foot 6 or something like that.
Just a little. That brings us over to Heck.
Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. Tonight I am playing Limosa the Lorito Colossus, and like I've said before, she is both fight and flight. It's based on a godwit, but we're continuing this meme of her just baying every bird for the sake of it being very cartoony. And something that Hoop did not plug is we have our website now. There's the Lost Caravan website that you need to go to because there's all kinds of things like the merch, our community page. There's all kinds of stuff on there, so go look at it. That's all I gotta say.
I don't have the link.
Oh no.
It's not in my
I just
stuff.
lost caravanrpg.com.
It's lost. But yes, thank you so much. I'm going to put that in chat as we jump over to Turk.
Hey everybody, I am Turk, or Turk accented, as you might recall. I'm Turk accented on places where AI and human minds meet and do battle, and so the social medias, etc. I am playing Orton Harlow, the grandson of Pops, and that whippersnapper.
Reckless layabout.
Excuse me, I blow things up. That's an occupation.
Fair.
He's a churner. He's an adventurer. He's having a good time. He is a cycle of the laughing god of death.
And of course, I'm Andrew, your games master for the evening and for most evenings around here. Although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GMC in the coming week. We got a bunch of great people that want to tell a bunch of great stories, and I'm here to support it all in one breath. All right. Why don't we jump into a little bit of recap? Then we'll kick things off. Super loud. So, last session, we explored a small sliver of the underground city that you had stumbled your way into. All the remnants of beautiful towers, bustling street, lively kingdom, long, long ago. Now it's a ghost shell of its former self. You are also not the only ones down there. As you were drawn to a power cord, aether cord, that seemed to be stuck in a pile of rubble. Whatever was keeping this pile of rubble docile, stunned, inactive state, that disengaged, because in the midst of trying to pull out a power cord, giant golem stood and tried to do what it probably did many, many years ago, which defend its home. You all took quite a beating, but did eventually bring it down, move the power cord. I don't believe you gave one to Turn. I think you talked about it, but decided not.
No. Turnip's just huffing ether fumes off of the airship right now.
Totally healthy. Definitely. But in the midst of the fight, you did once again accidentally stumble upon an airship that was the process of being stolen. mechanics, the thieves weren't quite able to get it together, get it running, finished off the Guardian, and persuaded the thieves to join your crew. We don't like to use words like shanghaied or kidnapped. Those are so they're so mean. They were persuaded.
I mean, really.
Um, Found a way to lift up out of the hangar, following a floor that's carved its way through the mountain down into the city. Giant hot air balloon device that lifted you up, barely scraping along the edges till you got to the top. And after a short pause, able to open the doors, getting fresh air and sunlight again, and also drawing a little bit of attention. A local militia that took a few pot shots at you, but it was nothing that your arcane shields could handle. From there, took a little joyride, recovered your mounts, and then saw the tops of a tent city. What, for most people, might just look like a desert mirage. Beautiful array of colors, activity, mounts. No, it was real. Brought the ship down for landing, for much needed rest, resupplies, and figure out where. That is where. So we do have some, what do they call it, interlude.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to sell off some of the artifacts that you picked up, some books, which the librarians, historians, very interested. And I'm gonna trust Turk on this. That you got 3 dust each.
It is in my notes.
That's what I filled out on my sheet too.
All
So I
right.
was like,
If Heck says it, we can trust
oh,
it.
I appreciate that.
Would I lie to you for personal gain?
Well,
Yes, good instincts.
People would do that. People would go on the
Go on the
internet and
internet and
tell
tell lies.
lies.
Gentle Turk, capable of a misdeed?
I know.
love you, buddy.
More
Even
likely
I am
than you
shocked.
think.
But yes, you 3 dust apiece to pursue whatever it was that you wanted to get done during your apart from resting. So, are there any pursuits that anyone would like to roll for? You can, of course, spend 2 dust to automatically fill one segment of a pursuit. You also have 3 options of which pursuit clock you want to use. A 4, a 6, and 8. They're worth 1, 3 experience collectively, or respectively.
Okay. We did discuss one.
Yep.
And I would like to roll my, let's see here. Would command work for this?
Mm. Really wish they had something.
Command is use force of will and presence to lead or intimidate. Give orders. Action
Probably
rolls,
not.
page 18.
Okay. Let's see here.
There we go. Tinker, I would say at work. Sell.
I'll use Excel. All right. So That is going to be a 3.
So that will add 1 segment, plus add another segment for every 2 spend.
And we already discussed that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Pops would disappear for a bit. I mean, I'm sure all of you go your separate ways at least while exploring this massive caravan nomadic city. What else?
Yeah, what do you know? I'm keeping busy. Something you'd think more people would do around this place.
I have parts of the ship that do work.
I think for Orton, well, no, I think what Orton's gonna do, if I could set up a 4 o'clock ambition, to try and find another site where like other like similar technologies might have been seen, like going around describing what we saw, trying to get experts and figure out if anyone's got any leads on something else like, popping up somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think in this case, I would like to get the initial word out and start getting some friends and feelers by rolling a charm.
Right?
Okay, cool. Um, Also, just for transparency, I have the new power Dabbler, so I get a +1 point to put in any action rating at the start of an interlude. I must swap the point around to a new action. So because I just got it, I'm gonna put this one into Tinker.
Perfect.
So next interlude, I'll have to choose something else. That is a 4 and a 2.
For I believe puts segments.
2 seconds on 4 or 5. Yep. Excellent.
Mimosa? Essen.
I mean, I think I was thinking of something similar because Lamosa did ask the crew folks if there were any parts that specifically they needed to fix the ship. So just be kind of looking around, seeing if there's anything that might fit like the various like holes and like missing gear she could see around the ship.
Are you pursuing fixing stations?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
4, 6, or 8 o'clock?
We'll keep this on a 4.
A short-term project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think of her rolling?
I feel like Tinker would probably make the most sense, but my sense is higher, and I don't think there's anything I can use with that. So I'm just gonna go with Tinker. I at least have 1 in that, so that's good. Yeah. I'm glad I took that now.
And all of your strain, your stress, your HP, all of that has recovered, so you can spend some of your strain. Nice.
See how this goes.
Don't even know what strain is.
Y'all, first roll, 2 6s.
Okay. Well, that was a very, very short-term project. Because 2 6s gives you 5 segments in a clock.
Well, I didn't even write it down yet. Well,
no need. So at the end of this session, you will gain an XP for that. And yeah, apparently, as you were out exploring, there's merchants aplenty, tons of old machinery that just looks like it fits.
And of course, Lamosa doesn't really know the technical names for any of them, so cue her basically using like Ariel and Little Mermaid names like dingle hoppers and stuff like that to name these different pieces.
Did you talk to ask what we needed from me? Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just we smash use it.
So you do
Sounds
have the
fun.
parts that would be needed to repair one of your, which I'm sure your companions would love to assist you, so you don't accidentally put the doobly bobs. Nagel should.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Essen, I feel like
Um,
yours starts off with a little bit of side scene.
yes. So seeing Lamosa and I was gonna call you Turk. Seeing Lamosa and Orton gathering supplies and figuring out what to do for the ship and things like that. Um, Essen is going to offer to carry things back to the ship because they want to spend a little bit of time with Turnip. And if everybody is okay with that, Essen is going to head back to the ship. So Essen is going to go to the ship and is going to go hand off the supplies verbatim. Whatever Lamosa said is what Essen repeats. So these are all dingle hoppers and thingamabobs because Essen does not understand any of this stuff.
Would get some confused looks from your mechanical crew, but none of them would argue with your naming system.
Beautiful.
So, Bard of Goblins, thank you for the follow. I can appreciate it.
Um, and then Essen is going to head down to the engine room where Turnip is hanging out. But is going to, along the way, find a quiet spot and is going to take out, they're going to kind of reach through their robes and seemingly out of nowhere pull out a scroll. It looks very simple. It's got a nice golden seal on it that has not been opened yet. And Essen is going to open the scroll.
So,
Ooh.
for everyone that doesn't know, Turnip, the little android buddy, basically looks like we said, what, 3 tops stacked on top of each other? Kind of like a snowman with triangle. Had the option of different configurations, ended up with kind of a spider-like formation, like a bipedal spider, is the best way to describe it. Currently has the spirit of a ancient guardian inside of him, and is in the exhaust port of the ship, using the aether exhaust to recharge himself. As tabletop RPGs.
And Essen will be going to Turnip after this. That is the goal. But first, they are going to take a little. I am finding an intentionally quiet room by myself that I can shut the door so that there's not a chance that anybody else can see what I am doing.
How many points do you have in that?
1.
Did you make a fortune roll? Which is
Do you remember what that is?
You're just making a sense roll. There's no negative to it. It's just to see how successful you are.
Okay. Wait, I have 1 dot, so I get to roll 2.
Dice.
No, I roll 1. 2 dice. Okay, I thought so.
1 dice, yeah.
One dot is 1.
dice.
If you have 0,
Okay.
you roll 2 and take the least.
Thank you.
Unless you have a
Let
nat.
me roll. Oh, that's a 6!
Nice.
As you take the scroll out and head down below deck, start looking around. Since the ship has regained its power, since you've been using it, it seems to be like molding it. There were certainly walls before below deck that looked very decrepit, rusted, and then now, as you're returning to the ship, things look more normal. Could just be that your Shanghai crew has been repairing things, but this looks like the ship is coming back to life. And as you think on a quiet place, walls would start to groan and shift, eventually opening themselves up to a small little cubby. Peering inside, because there's no door, not quite that alive yet. There are, throw pillows on the ground large enough for you to sit on. A small end table, incense burning softly, filling the room with smoky, lavender-like scent.
I'm loving this vibe. Essen is going to kind of push the pillows up into a little corner and intentionally make themselves comfortable as much as they can fold their 7.5-foot frame into like a nice little spot. And yeah, is going to go to open this seal. I don't know if it will just pop open or if something is going to stop me. I don't think that Essen has experience with something like this firsthand.
There is a small mechanism that helps to keep it
Okay.
closed,
Okay.
but it's nothing that you...
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Trying to close my music and it's opening. You unfurl it. Looks blank at first. Then words start appearing. Words, some that you recognize in languages that you know, others are new. But even as they're starting to shift, word that you know in your language for bird shifts, distorts, grows wings, starts flying across the page. Words for water starts rolling back and forth like a tide.
Are
The entire scene starts to play out. Chapter, lines and lines, and verses that all shift. Scenes.
do any of them look like anywhere that I know, but specifically I'm thinking of the monastery? Like, does this look like some sort of historical record for chroniclers?
How about a study roll?
Okay. 3 and a 5.
Lenny. It's a little hard to tell what a lot of it is. Reading something like this is very challenging. Someone that hadn't spent their life dedicated to something like that. Technically watching a movie and reading a book at the same time. But you start to see similar or familiar sights of the monastery, of people that you've met, though this scroll they're portrayed much younger.
Okay.
Monastery itself, vibrant, massive, thriving community, not quite like it was left.
And then I don't know if I can get all the way to the bottom, but I kind of want to scan for any symbolism from that old city that we were just in. Anything I might have seen on the walls or like from that library where we first saw the statues, anything like that.
The time that you're sitting with, probably fine, but
Okay.
you're taking in 1% of the...
Okay. I'm gonna roll it back up and close the little mechanism and put it in my pocket. And I'm gonna step out of the alcove and I'm gonna sit and watch. Does the ship go back to? Does it make the alcove disappear?
No.
Okay, good to know. And then I'm gonna go sit with Turnip and just kind of be near him. But if you will allow me, I would like to ask Turnip, just hold up the scroll to him and ask if he's seen something like that before. And I know that I don't know how much communication he can do yet, but I'm just gonna try.
After a few moments of staring at it, look up at you. No.
And I'm gonna pat Turnip's little head. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit and watch. And if he seems like he's getting recharged, if that point hits before everybody else comes back, I want to take him into the city. But if he still is clearly needing to recharge, then I'll just sit and hang out with him.
Could definitely use more reach. Getting motor functions back. Like before, where you saw one of the just pointed claws kind of reformat itself and open up and build, fine points, pincers, and tools underneath. And he reconfigured it back. He's starting to get everything. Not quite.
I'm gonna snatch him and take him into the city anyway. I want him to see the city.
He is more than happy to go.
Awesome.
Right. Anything else? And this, I'm not asking if there's anything else that you want in the city, because we still have a whole city to explore, but just your immediate pursuits, your immediate downtime activity. Anything.
Can I trade? I'm gonna go find whoever else I can in the party. And I have brought Turnip and also my horse. And I'm going to go up to the party and say, everybody else has a cooler ride than I do, and I want a cool ride. Where can I find one?
3. You are looking at Orton.
I am a cool ride. Oh, sorry. You meant to get one.
Yes.
What? What's wrong with your horse?
Everybody else's is cooler. Everybody's got these rad creatures, and I'm gonna very gently.
Horse.
I'm gonna gently kind of cover.
Horse.
I know. I'm gonna cover one of the horse's ears, and I'm like, I don't want him to hear, but things just seem like a lot cooler. We have a whole airship. I don't want to bring a horse on an airship. That just doesn't feel very cool.
What would you prefer?
I mean, I wanted that giant lizard that we first came across, but nobody would give me that one.
Family's giant lizard and only means of transportation across the desert.
Then I want something that does not belong to a whole family and it's not their only means of transportation, and I want to buy it.
Well, there's this horse we have right here.
I'm gonna walk away from Orton.
No, wait. You're gonna get eaten alive out there. If you want something, never actually be the one to go out and get it. Always send someone else who doesn't really care. Like me. Except I do care. So maybe we should find someone else. Well,
I'm just gonna hang
I can
my
pretend
head.
to care.
I'm gonna hang my head and I'm just gonna hold the reins out to Orton.
You're certain about this?
Please find me something cooler. And actually cool, Orton. Don't just pick something that you think is cool. Something that Lamosa and Pops would also think is cool.
I think I know what's cool.
I know, but I want it to be approved by the whole group, Orton, okay?
Takes the reins and is just patting the horse on the head.
And I'm just gonna take Turnip around. I'm holding him like a toddler in front of my stomach, and I'm just showing him and explaining to him oh, that's this is called a market, and this is what you can buy here, and this color is purple because I don't know what he's seen before. I'm just gonna show him around.
entire temple was the entire civilization only had grays, stone, and blue.
I mean, he was a spirit when we saw him last. Like maybe spirits are colorblind, Orton. I don't know.
Just that moment of hearing, of suddenly hearing, learning algorithms online.
Input.
Okay. Orton. Anything in particular way you'd like to go about? Wonder.
I'd like to sell this horse, but I'm gonna do it with charm by riding around and insinuating, "Look at my horse. My horse is amazing."
How did I know this was going there?
I'm really gonna try and upsell this horse.
This would be a fortune roll because there's no possibility.
All right, so just a d6, yeah. Or
You're still rolling your charm. It's just
okay.
even if you were to
Okay.
roll double natural ones, nothing bad could happen.
Well, that's a 5, so 5 and a 2.
You pass by a number of animal keepers, a full variety of creatures, from these massive leather-hided creatures with 8 and 9 horns protruding out of the top of their head all the way up their neck, to a reptilian creatures have these massive hind legs and much smaller, more nimble front arm. Eventually come a breeder that looks like deals in more exotic, more sitting out front of the stall, relatively small, a little smaller than you, very slim, slender frame, bird-like front legs, talons, lower half that looks more feline, spotted and striped all the way down, white and gold feathers across its entire body, up to head, which is just orange, gold, almost leathery matte beak. Just watches you very curiously.
Don't get Jack in the Beanstalk. Don't get Jack in the Beanstalk.
What's
Hi there. I'd like to look into getting a trade, maybe.
older gentleman there that's kind of tending to some of the horse? Yeah. What are you looking to get for it?
Well, explicitly, something eye-catching. Something unique and something that could, hopefully carry a trog. Or at least pull a trog. Yeah, I'm kind of planning on bulking up.
It depends. Are you... You don't look native to the desert, so... In the desert,
I
why?
don't tan. Well, I suppose if we could look for something a bit more versatile, that'd be preferable. Not too much fur.
Pull out a hunk of meat, just like this slab of still bloody meat. Head around the corner. And post your horse there if you'd like, or with.
No, I give the horse a pat. How's the horse feeling?
Good.
Good? Oh boy. You better keep that jacket on, buddy. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah. Rounding around the back of the whole the caravan supplies all kind of laid out. So the workers all tending all the various animals. See one of those giants, like a Komodo dragon type lizard, but close to 12-ish feet tall, standing up on its hind legs, the front arms, more grabby than you would see on a dragon. Well, this isn't the fastest of mounts we have. 30. Certainly strong enough to frog.
Looks interesting. But does it look cool? I say to the horse. The horse can't talk to you, but I can get the vibes off the horse. No.
I mean, I don't know that a horse has a comprehension of what is cool, but
does the horse think this is an impressive looking creature?
it is much larger than the horse. It would definitely call it impressive.
So this is like kind of like a giant sloth Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Where'd you suggest putting a saddle on that?
Right around the midsection.
Alright.
Also, put some armor plates here, and it like tosses up the meat, which this thing immediately snaps out of the air. Like,
Does it have a super long tongue?
oh yeah, like that forked tongue you'd see on like a snake.
Mm-hmm.
Just goes up and like pats its chest, which is very solid, like patting rock. Put armor plating here, if you so inclined. A lot of these I've seen used as war mounts.
Well, I think I can make this work. Just as is, trade your saddle for saddle.
I will look after your horse. I want you to be satisfied, customer. Go. Take him for a spin. Not worried about not coming back or mistreating him, because if you were to die, he would just come find me anyway.
Good. Well, kind of good. At least we know where to find him if he runs off. Yeah, name.
Oh no, we want all of our customers.
Shakes his head at the barbarity of a practice such as that. And we'll just, mount up in kind of one smooth motion.
Yeah. The distance from like the base of the back where you're sitting to the top of the deck, probably close to 5-ish. The snake very much towers over.
Yeah, but I'm a vagabond and a fool. I can just be on top of things.
Just be on top of things.
Yeah, but no, so I'll like, kind of hook an arm slightly. But no, I'll kind of, can I get a hand? Hold it about chest height. Like ask it to hold up its arm and then just hit, and then jump up top.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
all right.
There's already kind of like the straps and everything already in place, so a saddle could be added pretty easy.
All right, you. We've got some impressive people to impress. Look your most impressive. But, once we get there.
I just posted a picture on our Discord.
Oh.
No, what hast thou done? Oh.
Yes. Rex.
It's like a giant iguana with T-Rex hips.
Lamosa, I would say that as you've been out and about, especially with Essen, like going from stall to stall, naming colors and fabrics and spices, showing this little turnip, everything, literally everything under the sun. Two of you eventually reconvene, and you both see just this massive creature just lumbering its way down the center of this makeshift walkway. Orton proudly riding on top.
Essen is doing their absolute best to keep a straight face and is just looking at Lamosa, trying to see how she responds.
I mean, I feel like Lamosa, like, she's never seen anything like this before, probably. It's just like, yeah, I would say she's color her impressed. 'Cause at least like on her little island, I feel like the lizards are all like pretty small. So
Probably close to 1/1000th of this size.
Well,
so
what
yeah,
about
and she'd
Kingy?
just be like, that's a really big lizard.
Yeah, it's bigger than Kingy, which won't cause any problems for me and my complexes.
Do you guys think it's cool?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of think a giant horse would be pretty cool.
Lamosa, do you think it's cool?
I think it's cool.
Essen is like vibrating with excitement about this.
Turnip has like started to, wiggle in that motion of a kid trying to get out of your grasp.
I'm gonna do the like where you put a toddler down, but you use your arms as bumpers to make sure that they don't get too far. And I'm just gonna squat and follow Turnip, make sure that he doesn't wander off.
Heading straight for this this creature that Heck has named Asagwan.
Yes.
Delightful.
Is just Avatar Last Airbender style name.
Actually, though.
Eventually, like getting up to it, and this creature with one massive arms posted up on the ground watches little Turnip get up to its arm, and then start spider climbing its way up. It hits about chest height, and then attaches itself like a necklace.
That's all that I needed. Essen is going to climb on top of this.
Whoa!
Wait, what was it? Velociguana? Orton better move, or is gonna get sat on because Essen is very narrow-minded right now. Singular focus on climbing on top of this thing.
No, you got Turk to look at the camera.
Look at all these silly people.
No, he'll quick just like step up out of the way nonchalantly, just walking his way up to the head.
I'm gonna sit on it, and whatever motion word I might know to get this thing to move forward. I don't quite know what commands it would follow. I'll definitely try to like whip the reins the way that I would a horse because I've been riding a horse for forever.
Creatures like this definitely respond more to pressure of where your weight is carried. Like if putting pressure like on the top of the shoulder blades, or give them to go forward. Because if you battle, commands can get very confused, shouting, it's hard to hear, so they're very much focused on your weight distribution.
Beautiful. I am going down and lumbering down the walkway, and I'm going to get a feel for it, and I'm going to keep an eye out for something that I think Orton might like. I don't know what that is. I don't know if Orton would have given me a sense of things that he might be looking for, but I'm going to keep an eye out, and if I can find it, I'm going to send it for him as a thank you.
Orton, have you ever given just like?
Do they even read my Christmas list?
Wow.
No, he likes things that are new and strange.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look for something that like clearly has kind of been assembled by somebody who is kind of a novice and could be improved upon.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. Was it? I can never remember. Is it study that's changed?
Mm,
No, survey.
It's got changed. Yeah, survey is sense now.
Yeah. Let's go with sense.
Okay. There was only a 3, and this is important to me, so I'm gonna take a stress or a strain to roll. Yeah, okay. But that was a 1, so it's a 3.
I
I
mean,
really want this to work.
there's arrays of tools that multiple vendors have out. I've seen similar tools by new stuff, and Orton might not.
Okay. I'm gonna grab something that I think that Orton might like.
The magnificent candy-like buttons.
Soft. Do you have anything to trade for it?
What an excellent question. If I think it's worth enough, I do still have the books that we collected from the library. I know I gave one to each of the our little kidnapped friends as like a hey, if you do need to get away, you can sell this for money.
A
Um,
lot of the stuff you collected went into
oh,
Dust of People.
that's right. That's right. What would I have to trade? Chroniclers don't carry much on them. I think I remember, and correct me if you don't think this is correct. I think I remember saying that Essen would have picked up like little bits of like pottery or things like that from the site that we were exploring in, but that's
Sense to
probably
me.
all that I have.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got.
A lot of it is broken, unfortunately. Gears, honky, being down there weren't exactly kind. Things like pottery. What you do have is a good of a condition. Happily.
Delightful. I'll also give them a nice little flower.
Oh. Also happily. Other than that, is there anything else? Y'all reek back at the ship.
Be on the lookout for Pops. I don't know where the heck Pops went.
Pops has been on the ship this whole time. He's been, or at the very least, from what everybody can tell, he's mostly been just, working on a couple of things around the ship and just like cleaning up. But he's been, the only time that he's really been off, it's like he's taken the supplies, like the dates from the date palms that he had with him from his old cart, and gone in and come back with a couple of other like cleaning products for the ship.
Yeah. Imagine you get close to the airship, which has had just, hordes of people coming by to stare at and admire, and even had artists like bringing out canvases, like painting their paint themselves piloting this thing just like high in the sky.
Pops will, wander by and just look at him and just jab him with his new mop. All right, looky-loo time's over.
Very much with smiles on their faces. All right. Hang on. Just one more brushstroke. All right, I'm gone.
I expect a commission fee.
Hordes of children coming by. A lot of them, coming to pet your mounts as long as whoever's nearby says hey, and asking if they can get up and ride them, and just very much admiring the ship in general.
Oh yeah, Pops is 100% nice with the kids.
But it all eventually reconvene. Mechanic employees, I think is the nicest word that we can call them, have kind of been getting settled into like their little corner of below deck. Have laid out the tools that they were given, sorting the most useful parts and less useful parts, and the parts that have nothing to do with an airship.
If I see any of them looking like they're like just laying around doing nothing, Pops will head over, hand them the mop and bucket, and complain about his back and walk off.
But yeah, I'll eventually regather. Downtime coming to a close, but still have a few days rest, get supplies to people. So I would ask at this point, what like to do. Oh, Essen, you have tools. Important.
I do have tools for Orton. In an attempt to be kinder and give Orton a puzzle to solve, because Essen knows that Orton likes puzzles and things. Essen probably accidentally broke part of it. On the ride over, was probably like looking at it and was like, maybe this is a part that Orton might be able to fix, and then it just like kind of came apart in their hands. But is going to leave it over at the helm of the ship with a like a little baby, like a tiny version of like an oak tree, like next to it, kind of just like for as long as it can be growing out of the ship itself. And a little note that says, "Thanks for the really cool speed," and it's just gonna leave it there.
Orton, an individual that certainly knows machinery and various tools, just kind of looking at them, would see a small collection, not quite new, but refurbished, a lot of which you do have, but there's also a lot of pieces that something that not look for. I rolled a fortune roll for what you would find Essen. I rolled a 6, and a 5.
Oh shit.
And you broke it.
Oh, what do we have here? And duplicate, trash, duplicate. Wait a second. That's not trash. That's possibly a part of something that might not be trash. Which makes it treasure.
A lot of the little bits and pieces that were clearly broken almost look like the inner workings of a clock. There is a base that looks like it all came from, that's kind of like a disc about the size of your palm, silver. There are little notches in it where all of these parts go.
I'm gonna start trying to like piece it a little bit together just to get a better idea. Just laying it out, not actually putting pieces together just yet. And yeah, this worksman in all the land, my left leg.
Kind of gives you an idea of like a pocket watch mixed with a compass. Bit of parts that
That could be something. That could definitely be something. And it's gonna tell me things. I'm gonna make something that tells me what to do. Trap.
now I would ask from this point, like to stay a few days, rest for a while long, itching to get out of here.
Now, I
No,
suppose that's one thing that we should probably discuss. Exactly what are we doing out here?
Being famous? Trying to fix this watch compass thing. And trying to find a new lead.
All right, how do you propose we do that?
Well, we ask till we find news of an emergence, and then we take an airship right into it.
Oops.
Look at the others. Y'all agree with this?
Do I have a sense of like where I'm, like my final destination is from where we are? Makes it sound like I'm gonna die.
the airship.
Really. Other
Okay.
than that's the sense of people being the ones to help you get there.
Okay. I mean, Orton's plan sounds as good as any plan, if we want to call it that. But
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't exactly say how good it sounds. I asked if you were going going with it.
yeah, there's bound to be more to be found.
and they just bought me a very nice compass watch thing, so that means they're absolutely on board with all my terrible plans.
I did absolutely no such thing.
I think they like me.
I
slander
do.
my
I absolutely do not. The oak tree dies immediately. The oak tree is gone.
Oh, there was an oak tree there too. My goodness.
Wow, you can't even take care of a little plant, Orton. What the heck?
Oh, but I could take care of you if you wanted me to.
Oh my god.
um,
Look,
Nice
I don't
job,
know.
Casanova.
Mimosa's head is just
Ooh.
going between like each person as they keep retorting at each other. Like,
I don't even know who that is.
I'll tell you when you're older.
All right. Point being, we could start heading back towards home, but you know, we have a barely functioning airship. We might not even be able to make it all the way. Might want to hedge our bets, find another source of aether, make sure we're all juiced up.
All right. So we want to find some place that could fix this thing up and the resources to do that.
Oh yeah. Fly back in style.
little hero voice yelled up around. Hello up there. I
Oh
hope
my
I'm
God,
not
the ship's
intruding
gone.
on anything.
The ship talks. Everyone else heard that, right? It's not just me.
No,
I tried before. I'm sorry.
Pops his face,
here.
and then beard rolls out, rolls over the ledge of the railing. Eh? Who's that?
taller individual, not quite as tall as Essen, but close. In kind of these fine red and purple robes that run from head to toe, as well as a pure gold mask adorning his face. Looks up to meet your eyes. Hope I'm not intruding on anything, but a vessel like
No
this,
solicitations. What do you want?
I was hoping that you wouldn't mind, well, some work.
Give me a second. Leans back in. Guy says he's looking around for somebody. He says is offering work.
Kind of work.
Lean back out. What kind of work?
Not that this isn't a wonderful exchange, but perhaps I could come aboard and we have a more face-to-face conversation.
Hold on a sec. He wants to come aboard and see if we can talk about this.
Does he look trustworthy?
Look back at him.
He looks rich.
Yeah.
Looks
So
rich.
Did you say he has a mask?
Pure gold mask.
So probably not trustworthy at all, but perhaps very useful in this situation.
Trust him as far as you can throw him. And if you throw him, you might be able to figure out how much gold he has in his pockets.
Works for me.
Oh, I could probably throw him pretty far.
You probably could, actually.
That's why I said it.
Which means you probably trust him a whole lot more than the rest of us. Now do we trust you?
All right,
you
I'm
know
gonna go
this
get
person
my...
Completely
I'm
goes
gonna go
right
let him
over
up.
her head.
Pops
How does
heads over, finds like whatever entryway we've got here, like a rope ladder or something like that, and throws it down.
Now,
Before
how
he-
did Mimosa know this stranger well enough that they'd already trust them so much?
Before Pops throws down a rope or anything, I'm gonna go to the edge and think really hard about a ramp.
Just mere to look like they're thinking about a ramp.
Yeah, like that part of the railing would just start to split itself, kind of this high-pitched whine of splitting metal. That part of the ship would just bend down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they
Okay.
actually thought of it.
I learned a new trick, guys. Look. Not gonna say anything about it being the ship.
Please don't kill the ship.
I mean, clearly the ship is going along with it, and it's like this nice, fancy, setup. Maybe he thinks we're as rich as he is.
He's a little confused, but like tests the ramp once or twice just by stepping on it, and then begins heading up to meet you all. Well, that's interesting. I can say that I've never quite seen a vessel like this.
Yeah, me either. All right, introduce you around. I'm Pops. This is Orton, Essen, and Lamosa.
Pleasure.
You already know Limosa, don't you?
I believe so.
Oh, interesting.
I am Sibylla.
What was it?
Sibylla. Sybilla.
Sybey.
What?
Sorry. Syble.
Oh,
Sybilla.
ILL.
it's in the chat.
Thank you.
SXYZ ABC.
No.
This is why you just name your NPC numbers.
No.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Now, to business. I'd like to be straightforward as possible. Have a vessel, a means of transport through the desert easily. I am in need of quick transportation. Not for myself, but for something that I need acquired.
Can I do a sense check to see the general, as a vibe check to see if one, they're telling the truth, and two, yeah, actually, just if they're telling the truth for
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
Is that
Absolutely.
their actual?
Yeah, I'd kind of like to do that as well.
Absolutely.
Overall
Ooh.
vibe checking.
I got a 1, so I hope somebody does better than me.
Alright, hold up.
D6.
Oh no.
Got a 3.
5.
Yay, Orton.
I rolled a
It's
1.
because
and a
I can't
2.
throw very far.
Yeah, Morton is clearly rich, clearly has done a lot of things in his life to get where he is. Whatever this proposition is, it is likely to make him even more. But
So-
it doesn't seem like he's particularly being dishonest about it.
Alright, so just cargo? Seems kind of mundane. Must be pretty nice if you need an airship for it.
Well, it's not the cargo itself that's difficult to move, it's finding it.
Alright, new wrinkle. I like it.
Our birds should actually be coming in the hour. They like to show up around sunset. Called Mario Bird. Small, very fast creatures. You'd go about describing them, which for us would be about hummingbirds if they were woodpeckers. Very much golden and amber colored feathers that don't really conform to a single pattern, but they're meant to cover them. They're meant to look like the shifting. They need to land and hide from predators. Their speed enough to get away. But after they stay and rest, have had their drink, friendly with them, they depart. They have one known resting place. I, of course, want no harm done to these birds. But in their nest are crystals. Very important. Great deal of dust.
What makes these crystals so important?
Like, looks over at the engine. Arcane structure. Goes into building things like this. Technique very much nearly lost it.
Here. Aether crystals.
Not exactly. Their framework provide a home, aether energy to flow.
Well, dang. Sounds like we need to make a stop there anyway.
Of course,
How
Hey.
much did that stuff should we load up?
as much as you can,
Alright.
without damaging their home.
Naturally. We practice a no bird harming policy here.
Very good policy.
Yeah, because the birds punch back.
Of course.
Significant glance towards Lamosa.
I mean, she was doing exactly the gestures I was just, yep, and then
For every unit, kind of gestures, about like a 2 foot by 2 square area of space. For every unit of back, it will pay you 4 dust.
Sounds very reasonable.
It's higher than you would get the normal market.
So why are you offering it that way?
Because I know I can make a lot more from it. I would rather pay you more than some hapless, know-nothing merchant that's just going to let this sits in the back of his wagon, knows how long. No idea what he.
Sounds reasonable. Any hints as to what you're building? Not like a doomsday laser, right? If it was,
Nothing.
that'd be pretty cool, but... Alright, well. Figured I'd ask, just to be sure. We don't want to be in the business of making doomsday lasers. If I can push the button.
If you would like a small insight, I've found plans for excavate. Weather manipulation device. Nothing like calling down lightning or anything, but just helping to manipulate the wind. Some of these more severe dust storms off of the more populated.
Well, that sounds downright beneficial. Beneficiary, even. Beneficent.
And people will pay a lot for such a thing.
I can
Never
imagine.
mind, I take back every word I said.
I'm a
Especially the
businessman.
ones I didn't really know. Yes. And that is why we are sworn enemies. But I will help you, because you will pay me. I guess.
Then you don't mind me leaving a small companion aboard your vessel? Keep an eye on things. Don't simply just try to take the run.
Small.
Huh?
How small?
Like pulls up a sleeve. It is a darker skin tone with kind of like this just whole array of jewelry up the arm. As he does, the jewelry starts to unhook itself in places, kind of sliding down towards the elbow before eventually falling off. As it falls to the deck of the ship, continues to unhook and reconfigure, but lands. Little golden wings extending out. Mechanical songbird hops around, pecking at the ground a little, flying up and landing.
You need us to complete this job. You don't have an airship. What's this bird gonna do if we do take off?
Let me know.
So it's really just a messenger bird.
Yes, I'm not going to leave something that would be harmful to you.
I don't know. Sounds like a nasty plot hook in a story for Act 3.
So, I
Don't
already
mind
said
my
this
grandson, he's
I
meta.
said this in the chat, but I need like an entire recording of Orton's internal monologue because that's all this is.
That bird is pretty small. I bet I could throw it pretty far. I could trust it.
Definitely trust it.
Oh boy.
Oh, do we have a deal?
Is this the only like super wealthy person we've seen out here?
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, the merchants that you see vary from just like, a small like married couple that has a 10-foot wagon bringing in stuff that they've scavenged from the desert, up to like a full team of 100 workers all managing this caravan of wagons that have created this little like offshoot of tents for people to stop in. Oh,
No, okay. Can we huddle really quick? We got a team huddle.
no means.
Sorry. All right, so I'm thinking, yeah.
How eloquent, Orton.
No, so I'm thinking. I leave the eloquence to people who want to be eloquent. I, however, aim for effect.
Lamosa, Pops?
I mean, it's
You all are the
only-
ones that want to keep monkeying with this thing. You tell me.
I mean, if it provides framework for aether energy to flow, we can probably manipulate it ourselves without a team here to get some more parts online with the extra that we don't want to sell off.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Well, a lot of birds, probably. And then probably a lot of stones, too. Well, I guess it's not really a stone, it's more of a crystal. It's just kind of a stone, but, like, I don't know. I'm only mostly a geologist.
I mean, who knows what else we might find there, too. Might be some other stuff going on.
Good
And
point.
if it's their only hideout, and we can make sure that no one else knows about it, that might help. And
I mean, Essen, if this is rubbing you the wrong way, then what else are we doing? What do we got?
Hey, I'm curious about, let's say we take off with a couple of crystals. This person seems a little confident that they'll be able to catch us, rat us out.
He's rich. A lot of them think that.
yeah, never correct an opponent when they're fucked up. Well, yeah, that's the phrase, I'm pretty sure.
I don't deal with a lot of rich people where I come from, so I'll default to you guys if you think this is an okay idea.
I think this is about the 3rd richest person I've met, so yeah.
I think this is the best opportunity that we've had fall in our laps. So I agree with caution, but I also think it'd be worth something.
4 Dusta per unit. Mimosa?
Yeah, I say we go for it. You know, if we get into any kind of trouble, we can probably get out of it.
She would say that. The fact that she knows this person. Internal. Yeah. All right. Now we're in agreement. All right. Who wants to be the one to say break?
It's just gonna
You already
stand up and
said
go
it.
over.
You gotta say break.
Yeah. Pops just kind of shakes his head and turns around. The moment's gone.
So, are we in business?
We'll do it.
Fantastic. Do have any means of cargo? Any crates? Any? That's more than happy to lend you some.
We got crates, right?
Lending. Orton, you would know. Do we have crates?
Oh gosh, yeah, I got so many crates. They're just maybe not super big, and
We
also
We'll take the crates.
Well, we'll return later this evening once the Kamaria birds have arrived. Crates in hand. See you off. Till then, pleasure meet.
Right, thanks. Good to meet you too.
Isabella will climb back down the ramp and head off.
I'm gonna try and will the ramp away.
Ramp stays.
Ah, shit.
in some trouble there, de-ramping. Finding alcohol helps.
Don't know how to undo this. And it's kind of an eyesore.
Boy, I told you not to kill the ship.
I didn't kill the ship, I just made it sprout a little extra limb.
Should do that.
Pops is gonna, give a feel for it a little bit, and can I try a sense to figure out what's going on with it?
Absolutely.
Like, magically. That's a 6 and a 3.
Yeah. Metal of this. A very foreign substance. Anyone short of scholars that have studied ancient machinery does seem, once activated, wants to help you. Seems to want to form itself to what you need to the best of its ability. Ability that is powered by Aether, pull on the power source.
Okay. Right. How's our power reserves looking?
Well, I feel like I ate my 3 meals and shit just recently fueled, so yeah. Guess I go for a
What?
fourth. We're good, Pops. Just think real hard. Try thinking harder than Essen thought. So,
I know how magic works, kid.
I don't.
Let's see. Oh, what would that be? Would that be another sense or an Excel? Or...
Nope. I'm just doing a fortune roll.
Okay.
They're like a channel.
Yeah. When you and Essen, that ramp would form back into the side of the ship and fuse itself back together.
Okay. Whew. Right. Rest of the charn is your folks. I'm gonna take a nap.
Well, leave you all to determine if there's anything else that you need, as well as camping supplies that you want to bring with you. Typically, it's for an adventure like this, you're maybe twice, but more or less entirely up to you. As I am, yep.
No, I was gonna do some financial logistics planning.
I'm gonna bring us to a quick break, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what you gotta do, and we come back and disembark following this flock of Mario birds. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Where we left off, we had accepted a proposition, a business deal, to chase a flock of birds to a gold mine, harvest said gold, bring it back. Metaphorical gold. It's actually formation of minerals, so basically rocks. We're hunting rocks.
Yes.
Not the most heroic of missions, but what can you do?
Sparkly rocks.
So we did decide on some upgrades for the ship.
We bought a cooking pot and a shrine.
Shrine to who?
So in general, that's who it's to. In general, it's to the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
So the slain precursors, those who if there were deities in this land still, I think they would be as close as we get, if I recall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think at the end of our day probably went around collecting depictions and relics of associated with each deity, so we can kind of create a little just a little space.
Yeah,
Probably.
something to placate them in this thing that probably helped kill them all.
Well, yeah, maybe.
And then we get cooking supplies.
You do know that's what the Arkan did, right?
Yeah, but who can know for sure whether they meant to do it or not?
Right.
Maybe it's all a big mistake. I mean, oh.
Maybe it was a big mistake that the Arkan killed the Titans, that they killed to prove they were the best and most powerful empire on the planet.
I mean, maybe they're trying to play a prank on the god of laughter.
Well, murder's a hell of a prank.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as good when you say it like that. Try saying it how I say it.
I think I'd pull something.
Also, bitches.
Then, as the sun finally sets, desert winds immediately that just ever-present. It washes over everything. Started to get used to. Now immediately turning frigid cold as icy winds just wash over. There's a flock of hundreds of these amber golden birds start circling the city, or eventually coming down to rest at the various water holes scattered across the nomadic settlement. Your new business partner does return. Handful of workers in tow, all of them carrying these massive crates. Bring aboard, place below deck.
I think I'm starting to see why you want these birds.
Birds are very beautiful, yes, but or where they decide to set up home.
Hmm.
Uh, are we still on? Is there any?
Oh yeah, we're still on.
There we go. Well, I wish you all luck. That turn. Mark your ship. Wait.
Hmm.
Golden songbird just kind of hopping around on the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Pilot's chair.
I am in the pilot's chair, and I am ready to pilot because I remember all the buttons
Absolutely.
and the switches and the
Pedals. Yeah.
and the levers.
All of them doing something slightly different.
I make sure that the balloon is of course properly inflated, and we get elevation before heading outward.
You've had plenty of practice.
Mm-hmm.
Arcane
All right.
rings immediately ignite. Off.
You want to gently release the clutch.
Gently. There's only about like 5 things I do gently.
What are the other 4?
Well, this isn't one of them. I
That was
just
it.
just jump up into the air.
All right. Birds ahead of you immediately. After maybe 10 minutes of stopping, back up into the sky, forming their literal swarm. That's, even though there are so many of them, they do blend in so well. From underneath, their feathers are darker. It's purplish, bluish color that blends in with the sky above them.
Hmm.
So, You need one person while we're traveling in charge of spotting. Make sure that you don't lose the aerial.
I can give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be making traverse, hopefully. So
Yep. Mosa, what skill would you like to use?
Let's go ahead and use sense. That seems
Okay.
good. All right. All right, so that's a 5.
Being a creature that does feel at home, I follow their pattern for the first bit of the trek, and it's kind of amazing how beautiful they all look together. The formations that they enter, exit as their perfect. Orton, about a traverse roll.
all right. Well, if you insist, I think I will do just that. Oh wait, I have 3 dice now, so I need to roll more dice. 3 4s.
First, it looks cool, but no, yes, have to
Special.
follow the directions of Lamosa, even as the birds quickly just dart to the right, immediately changing direction all the time. Have to just whip the wheel around, wide arcing turn, try to catch up to them. Also, because you did succeed so well at observation of, would notice they would shift to different defensive, kind of huddling up together to form one larger mass. Not this beautiful parade of feathers. Column. Formation that's signified to you are predators.
Do I have any idea what those might be?
Have you studied the birds in this?
Nah.
He is a little.
But I mean, being a bird, like, it's a pretty, similar list from environment to environment.
Yeah.
Of like, I'm not even talking specifics. I'm just talking like, reptilian, bird.
Bird.
What are we looking at?
Avian.
Oh, a big bird.
A big.
Okay, a big bird. Yeah, I'm gonna let the other party members know. You see how they're doing that? I think there's something they're looking out for. Maybe another really big bird.
Mm. Keep an eye up.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can find a big bird.
Absolutely.
I'll roll sense for it. Oh, that's a 2. I see nothing.
Uh-oh.
Take lead and move starboard and port and move along the railing, just looking up, waiting for anything. Fortunately, would miss. Unfortunately, very large underside is black as the night. Solitary predator designed to hunt silent. Claws just barely extending down, clearly visible, easy to miss for anyone. As you turn to head back to the other side, eager to keep an eye out, swoop down, trying to make one pass at you, attempt at yanking you. What would you like to do?
I will. This is so exciting. Does it seem like it's trying to throw me or grab me?
It's from its angle, not that you can really see this, but for the player, it's basically trying to grab you, pull you back, and just let you go.
Okay.
It knows you're high up in the air. It knows that anything it brings up here and drops is instant food.
It feels
Okay.
like pudding today.
I'm going to wrap my arm through, or as much as I can, even if it's just grabbing onto it, through the reins around the, oh god, I already forgot it, Velociguana.
The
The
Velociguana, yeah.
Velociguana that currently I am calling Potato. So I am
Aww.
latching onto the reins of Potato to try and hopefully at least like hang from the side of the ship if that's what I have to do.
Love it. Yeah. What role do you think fits that?
Oh, Oop, you keep asking me these questions.
I know.
Imagine.
Maybe indoor, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay. Okay, so that was a 2, but I'm gonna go ahead and use some stress because if anybody here was watching the Venestra campaign, I got yeeted off of the ship in the very first combat and died. So Soup rolled a nat 20. So I'm gonna re-roll that. It's a 3, which I think is mixed success at least.
At the very least, you're hanging on enough that it gives the rest of the ship time to turn, see as one of the Talon as big around as the Talon itself could reasonably fit around your neck, have room left over. But it just latches onto your back and tries to yank you. One hand just holding on tight, yourself just teetering over the edge. And we are going to jump into some initiative.
Okay.
Let's find a good song. Perfect.
Sky.
The song is called Protector of the Sky.
In your brain. I'm in your brain.
So, you all go first. I don't have a villain point to steal initiative from. Who'd like to go?
I would like to go first since I know what I'm going to do. And I'd like to get aggressive on this thing with my driving skills.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
I want to try and like move the bulk of the ship into its like space and try and force it to fly out and away so it gives us time to maybe get some things set up for when it's back.
Yeah. A traverse roll?
Yes, please. I'll just roll these two. So a 6 and a 1 and a 6. So 2 6s.
Beautiful. And it starts to reposition itself, trying for that second grab to full on yank Essen out and plummet the many hundred feet to the ground. The ship is suddenly just tilted over into its space, and it has to lap to get itself out of the way.
I like imagine we just shift over so hard I have the ship like a pendulum under the balloon.
Hands off the merchandise.
Absolutely. You know what? What's your fray damage?
3.
Yeah, I'm gonna make 3 damage.
Gosh, I'm so proud of myself. I just knew that off the top of my head. It's like I would know this game now or something. It's only like what, session 4 or 5?
Something like that.
I think I know how this game works.
Second.
So what are the rest of you going to do?
I was just
Have
gonna
him
attack
foggy.
it. I can fly, so I'm just gonna do that.
There. 10 acquired.
Mhm.
10? Yeah, working. Alright. I'll say you have another action still.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'd like to just spend the rest. I mean, technically it's kind of the same action, but I want to make sure we're still following the birds.
Yeah, no roll required. Just able
Okay,
to.
yeah. I'll spend an action to keep us on track there.
Alright. Well. The Black Tree Raven going to.
Oh.
So many cool things that it. It is going to collect itself, fly up to the side of the ship, spread out its wings, and almost forming two walls of black feathers, just bring them together in a gust that seems to cut through metal or glass or pass through it as if it weren't there. And it is going to try a reality gust. Creates a line 4 terrain effect. Any characters in those spaces may be teleported to by the bird. You're gonna go with at least hitting the two that it knows can get in a line, which would be Morton and Essen.
How about the helm? Oh no.
You start turning the wheel to follow back the birds, and then all of a sudden there is no wheel in your hand. You are next to Essen. The two of you find yourselves with nothing underneath of you.
Well, thank goodness I can fly. I say as I get fly. Damn it!
Now that they're dealt with, definitely not coming back. Lamosa and Pops, where would the two of you be?
Pops was one of the ones that said watch the skies, so he would probably be on the top deck keeping a lookout. I'm imagining he would have turned around and noticed, oh no.
I mean, yeah, we similarly because Lamosa was looking at the smaller birds.
Fair enough. Who wants even and who wants odd?
I'll take even.
Even.
Okay.
That's 5. Lamosa. Going to try to hit you with its razor wing.
Oh, nice.
It is so large that it has a melee reach of 6.
Oh.
Natural 18. Versus your...
Yeah, that'll hit.
So it's just die plus fray. You would think I would have gotten all these dice out beforehand. That is 8 total damage.
Okay.
On a critical hit, it gains another action. Dang it.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Did you just say dang it to your own monster's ability? Like, oh darn, I get to go again.
But it requires a critical.
My hands are tied.
Alright, that's its turn. Its turn is done.
Okay.
Back to you.
I mean, Lamosa, do you want to go or?
I mean, what I'm probably gonna do is just like fly up and attack this thing. So, I mean, I can go ahead and do that and probably yell to. Oh wait, no, I can. I'm gonna help the other two first. That's going to be a lot better of a thing to do because that's more time sensitive. And yeah, probably yell to Pop like the wheel because we're about to lose complete control of this ship. Yeah, I think. Is there like a fair amount of rope on this ship? Is
I would
there?
say so, yeah.
Okay.
If it's
Yeah.
like any sailing ship, copious amounts of rope.
Okay. Good. Good.
Oh,
Because yeah, what
flying.
what Lamosa is going to attempt to do is, even if it's one person at a time, just like basically, tie one end to the ship and make like a lifeline, for each person. Because I'm not sure if I could actually like physically carry either one of them.
Orton, you should be fine. Essen,
Essen provides the uppies. Essen is not upbeat.
Yeah. Essen's a little hefty.
but
So
yeah,
I mean,
quickly
whatever it
just
kind of takes to do that.
grab rope, tie it. No roll. If you were a skilled adventurer, tying a quick
Okay.
knot in rope would. And then you're just diving off the edge of the ship after them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you headed towards Orton or towards Essen?
If I could note, Orton is absolutely the type to like try and grab onto Essen to stay nearby.
Oh my god.
As we're falling, it's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
like go grab a hand or something, grab an arm, make sure we don't fly far apart.
Given that I can, at the very least carry Orton, I would probably go to Lifeline Essen first. Because I know it would be harder to get her all the way back up to the ship.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would say that for your turn, do the rope, dive down, hook it around Essen, who is probably going to feel some muscle pain as you are just suddenly halted by this rope that catches you. For the moment, the two of you are no longer falling, attached to the rope, attached to the ship that is slowly just... but that does bring it back at the Ravens.
Sir, I don't think I can fly.
I know you can't.
This is very bad news to me. I was really looking forward to flying.
It's going to target Mimosa
Okay.
with a flesh rack.
Oh, what does that mean?
I
Throws
hate
a rack
that.
at
A
you.
character within range 6 is torn into pieces and then reassembled. Like paper just shredding and then being stitched back together.
Oh, what?
Sorry, I wanted to get glasses. But what did you say?
You take 1 point of piercing damage.
Okay.
Mr. Fantastic them.
You're teleported 1 space away.
Wait. I just took this relic that in the first round of combat, I am immune to all statuses and I cannot be teleported, shoved, or immobilized. So, I'm not going anywhere.
Fair enough. It tries to hit you. Feel these tears starting to open up across your body. Just ignore it. No effect. Still take the 1 point of damage.
Okay, I'll take that. But she just kind of looks up at this thing with utter defiance. I'm not going anywhere.
It's going to do it again, because it should have worked the first time. So this time you would take 2 points of piercing. Goes up each and every time it uses the ability.
And that ignores armor, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And that's it. His turn is done. You have, I believe, 2 fate points now.
Oh,
Those are just straight reroll.
very
Alright.
nice.
Essen or Pops?
I'd like to get control of the ship again.
Absolutely. Just
So-
run over to the cockpit, grab on the wheel, ride it so you're no longer drifting off course.
Alright. Let's see. I've got the movement to do all that and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming that's like one of my actions.
Yeah.
Okay. With my other one, Pops is going to reach to the little bundle that he has on his back and draw out this sword. This isn't his cane like he's been using to this point. This is a full-on short sword. It is, edged and detailed in copper and electrum. Nobody uses electrum except me. And covered in decorations and blooms.
Oh no! Did we
We'll
lose?
get him.
We lost time.
We'll get him back.
Uh-oh.
We'll get him back. It's all right.
Alright, but as he's holding onto the wheel with one hand, he'll take this sword with the other, flip it up into his grasp, and point it at the bird. And I would like to cast Bolt.
Absolutely.
That's line 8 and Pierce.
Definitely hits. We're definitely within range.
Beautiful, beautiful. That is a 19 on the die.
Yes. It's very much. If that didn't hit, we would have concerns.
Alright, so that deals... Alright, that deals 5 damage. Or, sorry, 9 damage. They are vulnerable, electrified, and because of the sword, there's this like bolt of lightning that forms into a wolf's head and sort of bites at it.
Very cool.
I am invoking my relic.
Just this pitch black bird wrestling with a lightning beast for a moment in the sky, fully illuminating this creature. For as bird-like as it seems, its face is more twisted and deformed than any bird should be. Almost demonic.
Alright, now bonus damage. Refresh my memory. It is, I basically roll twice and take the higher?
Yeah. So you add a die, and then you take the higher. But
Okay.
it is going to pass the vulnerability on to... pass it on to Essen. Why not?
It does that reflexively?
The first time that it would take a condition, every round, it can pass it off to an enemy.
Ooh, okay. In that case, then it doesn't do the bonus damage.
It still is electrified, though.
Mhm.
Not vulnerable.
Yep. Yeah, the relic doesn't take effect then. But yeah, those are my actions.
Alright. Yeah, I think that just leaves us with Essen.
Okay, a couple of questions.
Mhm.
Do we have any resolve? Is that what we need for limit breaks?
So you have your individual resolve still. That pool has not changed. And then
Okay.
you have...
I think we would have lost our individual reserve because we hit an interlude.
That makes sense.
It's
I'm
like when
hurt.
you camp or hit an interlude.
So...
I
No, I
learned the game like everyone else.
don't think you have any.
Shit. Okay. That's okay. I will.
Oh no, you should all have one.
It's a group one.
Hold on. Oh. So many rules. For your limit break. Gain 1 after combat. So no. Have none.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. I will use one of my actions to start dragging myself and Orton up. And I'll use my movement and then dash. And then I will... Am I still on the road or am I back on the ship?
If you want to spend basically your full round pulling the both of you up, you get up there by the end of it.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'll make sure that Orton is on the ship first because I know that he is more effective when he's not falling through the sky. So that's what I'm going to do.
Does help.
And yeah, that'll end my turn.
We gotta talk about this gravity problem of yours, Orton.
I'm great with gravity. I mean,
brings
it is a problem with me. It's always pulling me down.
Brings us to the second round, which we're first.
Anyone want to go, or me first? Me first.
I'm keeping the ship steady at this point.
All right. What could I do? Let's see. Yeah. Why not? I'm going to get back on the ship. Yeah. And I'd like to move up close to the bird, maybe within like range 6, or I don't know how far away is the bird right now. Like,
It's large enough that it's basically adjacent to.
okay, perfect. So I can't miss. Because I'll roll a d6, and my range would only be 1, but it's an auto hit because it's death. I shoot death at the bird.
Yeah.
So it is an auto hit. I diagnose you with dead. And I don't suppose this bird is bloodied. Okay, so it's gonna be 10 divine damage, and now it's burning.
Which it is going to pass the burning back onto you.
Excuse me. That's very rude. I gave you that as a gift.
It does
And
take
you
the
return
damage.
it. And
You would
divine,
expect
better.
this creature to just ignite in flame, and then around you was just a fire.
Oh, come on! No, but you did take the full
Yep,
10, right? 'Cause
full
it was
10,
divine.
yep.
All right, perfect. So that's light. I think second action, I'm going to get a freaking me, and I'm gonna. He's gonna just pull out. He's gonna summon Carnival, which
Ooh.
is basically a I like it like a beach ball size thing, just kind of like comes out of his bag, like he's literally pulling it out of nowhere. And he just kind of like with a quick little grab on the top of the rope, it's just a fuse. Fucking dodge this, you piece of shit. And I'm just holding it for the moment.
Okay.
But it exists in my space.
Beautiful.
Anyone's allowed to shove or pick it up and chuck it.
Everyone looks at Essen. Well, it is gonna go. And Lamota, you are frustrating this thing to no end. It's once again gonna try to flesh rack.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's 3 points of piercing damage.
Alright. And it's not round 1 anymore, so it can move me.
Or teleported 3 away from your
Ooh.
ship.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
Oh no.
It's gonna do it a 4th time. 4 piercing. It teleports you 4 more away. as your body is just ripped and then reassembled and then ripped and then reassembled, skipping your way back. It seems to have chosen its meal. The rest of you are a little too tough.
It's Lamosa.
It has already turned to ignore the rest of
I am being ignored. Also, we have a fate point.
you. Two.
So, 2 fate points. So what is that? Is it like a bless or like
It's
a
just
bonus?
a straight up reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
For like saves and things.
Yeah.
Good.
It's back to you. It's your turn.
All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and do this. First thing I'm going to do, is enter a blood rage because I'm super not liking what's going on here. So how far away is it at this point?
7.
7? Okay. Oh, that's no problem. I am going to go ahead and spend 1 action on dashing 2 over, so that makes that 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Valkyrie because I just went into this blood rage. I get charge effects on it, which means I can fly 3. And the new talent that I just took gave Valkyrie the option to be ranged 3. So I am within my limits to attack this thing. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
Flying straight towards it, reel back, and just hurl your lance like a shot put. Or javelin.
Or no, I have a comically large sword, so I think like almost using like a wind current, just to like similar to how it's doing things at us, like bending reality, except it's just straight wind going across it. So let's see if it works. See if it works. That's a 14.
Absolutely hits, yeah.
Perfect. So that
Big bird.
is my dice plus fray plus bonus damage because of blood rage for at least this attack. So, all right, cool. I rolled a 1 on the damage plus 4 for fray, and then what was bonus damage again? How do you do that?
You roll twice on damage and keep the highest.
Oh, then let's see if it's not a 1. Nope, it was another 1.
Wow.
Well, that die is going to jail now. We're not going to use that one.
I assume that's not armor piercing.
It doesn't say, so no, probably not.
It does kind of cut into the feathers that just explodes out in almost like this defensive fray. Anything else?
I think that's all I can do.
Going to take second turn. It's just going to ignore Chip.
You ignored, and I don't like it.
It's gonna spend 1 action to try to strangle you with its claw. Need you to make a save.
Uh-oh. Okay. So that's a 9. Uh-oh.
You have 2 fate points.
Oh, that's true. I think that's a really good thing to use it on. So I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. It was a 10, so barely.
Barely.
You know.
One of the claws tries to reach out and grab onto your chest and neck. Pull back away from it. Ah. Well, fine. It's gonna hit you with the wings.
Alright.
Straight up wing attack. And I was wrong. It does have a boon on this. Which makes sense why it would have a critical effect, because a critical effect when you need a natural 20 doesn't. Total of a 23.
No, you can't,
17 plus a 6. So...
Oh, it literally can't miss me because my defense is 5.
Wow.
I can roll double ones.
Okay.
But that's a total of 6 points of damage. 2 plus
Okay,
his
is that
fray.
armor piercing?
No.
Okay, perfect. So reduced to 3.
It does gain 1 extra action, which it is going to try to use to strangle you.
Oh, nice. Alright, we're trying to save again. This die better not fail me, or we're also going to put this one in jail. Alright, that's a 12. Let's go.
Can't strangle you. It's back to your turn. We have Essen and Pops left.
Okay. How far away are we from the bird at this point?
You are technically adjacent because it's a massive creature.
Okay, just making sure
Yeah.
because you said it had been ignoring us. Right. Okay, so let's see here. Pops is going to first yell to Orton to take the wheel.
You take the bomb then.
You have 2 group resolve because it's the second round of combat.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. Can I teleport teleport onto the thing?
Certainly try.
All right. I can do either a teleport 1 or a teleport 3.
Teleport 3 would probably get you onto its body. Teleport 1 would probably get you, like, onto a wing.
Let's get onto the wing,
So, yeah.
because that allows me to actually do my standard move and get back onto the ship after this. So I'm going to teleport 1 and use take the wolf sword, which howls as it forms this big old blade of electricity, and cleaves down towards the thing's wing.
Absolutely.
So that is Levin Blade.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
It just barely hits.
All right, let's see here. And I'm actually going to teleport it 1 because it's electrified. And
Yeah.
then let's see here. And that's let's see here. 14 damage. Because I deal bonus damage because it's electrified, and this would have electrified it again. And how many characters are adjacent to it?
2. 2 and Mimosa.
Okay, so I deal 1 piercing damage for each of us then.
Beautiful.
And then I am
bloodied.
And then just lightning strike back to the deck of the ship.
Alright. Essen.
I'm gonna turn and reach for the bomb and look at Orton and say, "Am I throwing this?"
Okay.
I am going to chuck this thing at the bird, the big bird.
Oh, it technically is considered shoving. I don't know if you can do that. It's not really an action. But maybe try a smash roll or something. I don't know. Up to you.
I would love to do a smash roll if I have to roll.
Essen is big.
Beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna throw this thing, shove this thing. I don't know what it's gonna happen.
Just trying to get it in its space. That's really all I need.
Do I have the dexterity to be able to aim for the face?
Yeah, I would
I
say
will
so.
put. Okay, I was gonna say I will put myself as close as I need to, and between this bomb and everybody else,
Yeah.
to get right up on it.
Just give it a massive shove right off the edge of the ship.
I have been rolling at the end of each turn after mine. It hasn't been a 6 yet. But as soon as it does, the bomb's gonna blow up.
Okay, Bob is shoved off the edge of the ship.
Anything else you want to do while it's in the air?
Oh God. I feel like I need to do something to make sure that it stays there. Are we, for the purposes of combat, are we like still moving together?
Yes.
Or okay, cool. Then the only other thing that I'll do is cast Sow. So I'm gonna throw out some poison seeds at it. It's an auto hit just for 1 damage, but it is poisoned and branded. And so now that it is branded, everybody gets a +1 boon when they go to attack it, I believe. I'm gonna double check that really quick.
Very cool.
But yes, that is my turn. Yes.
Okay. Nope, not blown up
Damn.
yet.
Kind of shove it into this creature. Top of turn 3. You have 3 party resolve. It's your turn.
Is this burning gonna do anything bad to you, Orton? Do I need to clear that up?
No, not unless it does damage that inflicts burning again.
Okay.
It'd have to hit me, and then if something has burning already, then it does bonus switches. Why? It's adjacent, right?
Not anymore. It got teleported.
And it's further away.
Yeah.
How far?
It was just a teleport 1.
2 away.
And we have 3 party resolve.
She goes away at the end of combat.
I know, but my limit break is a 4 cost, so I'm at the control of the wheel. I'm going to try and smash into the bird again with a traverse.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. I'll swing us back closer and then move us further away. It's my turn.
Absolutely.
1 and a 5 and a 4. So
The hits will do your fray damage.
3. And then let me roll a d6. So, do you consider it cocked if it did if it landed on the edge of your thing, like literally went out like a Beyblade and
I trust your
doing a
best
skater
judgment.
trick? Because it's not a 6, but it's cool as hell. And I won't want to invalidate it, otherwise it might get, demoralized. So it's not blowing up this round.
It's going back to its turn.
Wait. Sorry. Wait. Important thing. I attacked a target that was bleeding, which means it was a finishing blow, which means I generate stacked dice.
Ooh.
Which means I can tell you what I roll on a d6. So, great job on getting a 5, but it's also secretly a 6 the whole time, which means that bomb blows up.
Does it require an attack
When you score a finishing blow, gain a stacked dice. So, finishing blows are when... Oh gosh, where is it? When you attack a bloodied foe.
I don't think navigating this ship counts as it.
Fine.
Sorry, I want to see the bomb go off, but I don't think that counts.
You hurt me today.
You know
I'll
what?
Forget this.
If you want to
No,
spend
no.
the last of your fate points, I'll let you change that to a 6.
Is that okay with the rest of the party?
That's
Go
your
for it.
call.
All right, the
It's
bomb's blowing
cinematic.
up.
Let's do this.
All right. So the bomb detonates in a blast 1 area centered on itself. Characters within that take. It's going to be. And it's already burned, so it's going
Not
to
burning.
take the extra. Is not burning?
You're burning.
No, but I did. Oh, rude. But what did it have burning before,
No.
or did it just flop that back on me? Okay, rude. But it's still gonna take 9 damage, and it's blinded and burning.
Oof. Now it's burning.
And blinded.
And blinded. It can
And
only,
electrify.
it can only attack
And
Lamosa.
poison.
Literally nobody else.
Well,
The bomb
There you
just erupts in its face, sending just sparks across its jet black body. It screeches in pain, just lashing out with those razor sharp wings. It's gonna take one last attempt to grab you, and then it is flying away. It wants none of this. I need one more save against the Strangle Lamosa.
Ah! I'm feared.
Just that moment of Pops looking over, looking at the explosion. That was really impressive. Hey, Arden,
This D20.
where's Lamosa?
Uh,
7.
The claw just lashes out, full on, just encompasses your chest, squeezes. Do you have any vigor?
Hold on. The only reason I would have it would be what's that? No, I don't think I do.
If you did, it would remove it.
Oh, okay.
While you are strangled, you cannot gain vigor. But it is going to deal 9 points of damage. Not piercing, so your armor stops.
Great.
And then it's just gonna turn and start flying away. Back to you.
I mean, is there anything I can do to like not be?
Yeah, you can.
How far away is Lamosa?
Would be 8 away right now. You or another character can spend an action to make a save to break the target.
All right, I'm gonna spend an action to try to do that.
Go for it.
Come on. Okay, well that was a 2. So I'm still like, how many actions can I spend to do that? Is it just one a turn?
It's not an attack, so I'm pretty sure you can do it. But at the start of your turn, you retake the damage,
Okay.
which is
Cool.
a total of 6.
Okay. I'm in danger. All right. I guess I'm just gonna try this again.
Go for it.
See if it works. 15. Okay.
Finally, just slip out of the claw.
Nope. But good thing I'm adjacent because that means I can hit this thing
Yeah,
with a Valkyrie. So I'm gonna try to do that.
go for it.
Yeah. All right. That is a 10.
That's not hit. I think it still takes fray damage.
Yeah. It still does. So that's 4.
And it's the armor. It's looking pretty badly hurt. But that's the end of its turn. That brings us to whoever wants to go next.
Okay, it's 8 away.
Oh wait, no, that was the Moses turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's its turn again.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm in danger.
I am in danger, yo.
I think it's gonna try to wing attack you. You're being stubborn and you won't stay in its claw. Yeah. 13?
Yeah, I mean, you said it had a +6, right?
A plus d6.
Oh, plus
Yeah.
D6.
Because it gets 1 boon on its
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, 13 hits.
That's 11 damage.
Okay, I can reduce that with armor by 3.
At this point, it's not worth it. The amount of effort it has to put into this meal, absolutely not worth it. It is close to dying. It is going to use its last action. Look at you. Its feathers just ripple with energy. That's it. Back to you. It has turned to ignore you and plans to.
I can attack from afar,
How far?
as far away as I want.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I didn't know you had no moves.
Lamosa, how hurt are you looking?
So, I am on death's door. I have 2 hit points left.
Okay.
Hit points are a resource.
Okay.
You have not
I
hit
am
the critical
going-
existence failure threshold. You're good.
I am going to cast the combo of Sow, which is Reap. It is an auto hit. I get to roll a d6 plus 3. I can make this melee attack against the target marked by Sow, regardless of distance or line of sight, which is very rad.
Heck yeah.
And I really hope that this is a 6 and that you were going to tell me it has 9 hit points left because I want this thing to die and I want to loot its body. That's 6 total damage. Is it dead? Please
Armor
be dead.
piercing?
Oh, wait. I have something about piercing as a mendicant. Fuck. Where'd it go? I can't find it, so I gotta say... Oh, well, okay. I'm not sure what the verbiage of this is. Your attacks gain on hit. After the attack resolves, deal 2 piercing damage as an effect to all foes marked by you. So I don't know if that counts in this situation.
Yep,
It is marked.
It's marked, yeah.
Okay, so it's got 2 piercing, but the original attack is not piercing.
Piercing is an armor piercing. It's a type of damage.
It is not dead.
Oh my god! Okay, my second action. I want something that I can hit it with.
You need to repair the weaponry on this ship.
How close to dead is it?
It's past bloody. It's not quite on the verge of death, but it's severely hurt.
Can I throw something at it?
Ew.
I will grab
You grab or
I was kind of thinking about it. If any of the companions are willing, I'm happy to throw them, but I will not do it if they are unwilling. So I'm gonna reach for Orton and Pops and see if anybody jumps into my hand.
Pops will do it.
Yes! I am going to hurl Pops at this thing. This might be a stretch because this might have been an action, but can I try to like tie him off to the ship?
I
before
think it would
throw
be
him?
an action to stop, take the time to like undo the rope.
Don't worry about
redo
it.
All right, I'm just
Nope,
gonna
that's
chuck
fine.
him.
Make an attack roll, please.
That's a 7.
It's
Do you have any
hard.
rolls?
Don't, unfortunately.
Dang
Can I
it.
push? I can't push that, can I?
You are a moving target. Moving target headed a different direction. It's hard to gauge that perfect angle. And you see Pops initially head towards it, and then start veering off behind it.
Do I still have my movement?
Yeah?
I am going over after him. I'm still tied off to the ship, so I'm going over after him to try to make sure Pops doesn't die, since I was the one who threw him.
Okay.
I have a plan.
That's okay. I'm tied off, and Essen doesn't know what the plan is, so Essen would just absolutely swan dive off the side of the ship.
Let's just make this a save. Just a 10. 10 or higher.
Stop making me roll for this, Hoop. Just let me have this. That's a 16.
No problem.
Okay.
Eat Pops, and there's that realization of, oh, he's just gonna plummet, and then dive after.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. Does it have an action, or do I just go?
it's already used its actions.
Okay. Right.
You were heated and then caught in a giant bear hug.
Can I...
How far is it from us?
It would be 16.
16. Dang. Oh well.
Had a chance to move yet? I thought I was going to move.
Yeah, it struck and then used its dark magics and then said, "I'm done with you," and then just started to fly away.
Yeah, well. Grand effort, Essen.
thought we had a Pops. I'm sorry, as
You're-
I am just
you're
swinging and cradling Pops.
Staring down at like a 300-foot drop.
Can you climb up?
I will, if we're out of initiative, I'll go ahead and start.
Just over the Aether stone. Hey, you didn't look down, did you? So I did, and it was really cool.
The Rocky Talkies.
No.
The Rocky Talkies, yes. Well, you know.
Yes.
Did any of you want to take any aggressive action?
I mean, I want to go after that thing.
It's too far for my finisher.
If we follow it, we'll lose the birds.
Fuck the birds. There's the bird.
The
The bird.
birds are the job.
Well,
We'll go back.
at the end of the round, ability Fatal Thumb, which marked Lamosa, would build and then explode as one final parting gift.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Whoops-a-diddle.
So everyone, as Lamosa just explodes into darkness, takes 7 points of damage.
Alright, so I'm falling now.
I assume that you had time to fly back to the...
Oh, okay.
Hence
It's
why
just-
we're all taking
As
it.
you all
Everybody
land,
touches down. We're
You
all fine.
take a
Lamosa.
breath, and then it's just an explosion of darkness.
Excuse me, exploding is my thing. Mimosa.
So, I'm going to
I'm unconscious now.
be very
Damn it.
generous with the ruling, because it deals a dice of piercing damage to every character within the blast, and it destroys all terrain in the area. I'm not counting your ship as terrain.
No.
Very kind of you, Hoop.
Yes, very kind.
I'll literally next action I get will rescue
Yeah.
Lamosa as an action.
You were
So
technically out of
full
initiative.
health.
Any
Yeah.
of you could run
It-
over, no problem.
Literally back to full health. Pick you up.
Hey, that's my thing.
How
Really?
many of us have fallen at this point? I don't think it's just
Everyone got a chance to do a fun free fall. Yes, it's been very awesome. And you exploded, which is like double awesome.
So did you. How long have you been able to do that?
Explode? Well, anytime I wanted, really, but I just haven't done it yet. I'm planning on something.
Pops is gonna put the sword away and get it bundled back up and concealed.
Did you summon a giant electrical creature?
No.
Oh, okay. I just want to
Just
check. 'Cause I'm
walk
pretty
off.
sure I saw some awesome, beast of elemental magics. But
Weather balloon.
Okay.
As
Wait, we're a weather balloon.
Pops and Orton and Mosa not dying, conversing, turn to look back up, make sure you're still following the. See that there's no longer the flock of 100 of them. Most of them did the opportunity to start. There's still about a dozen that, once they notice the coast down, lands there on the balcony. In their own bird-like fashion, showing you gratitude.
Um,
Oh, that's nice of him.
I'm gonna just mid conversation with between Orton and Pop's gonna go over and just like kind of shuffle Orton over and be like, you can understand these things, right?
I mean, oh, hi. Look. I mean, Lamosa, do you want me to?
I mean, go ahead.
All right. Hello, birds. I am Morton. I am the ambassador for Lamosa, translator. Think of me as a piece of equipment, like a nut used to find insects, or a sensory gland to find water in the desert. Hello.
They caught about that much of that. They
What up, birds? It's me,
Basically.
your boy.
I just
Uh,
picture Orton turning to them. It's like, oh, what? Yeah, just like cheeping and chirping, and all of a sudden, perfect bird song.
basically trying to acquire what you want. Noticed your ship. They know you've been following them for a while.
They want to know what we want. What should I tell them? The truth? I think the truth usually is pretty neat.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I communicate back.
We are looking for the crystals in your house.
I don't think we need full sentences, Orton. I think you
Oh,
can just throw out some buzzwords. Maybe whistle them. Maybe they'll understand that better.
They would definitely understand. Take back up into the forming this smaller, almost diamond-shaped pattern off, darting through the sky, slow enough that they know you.
Very nice
One
of
of the
them.
birds, one of the birds turns to the other. Hey, Bobby, did you see that? He spoke our language. Yeah, but his accent was awful.
He really should have emphasized the P's more.
It'd
Where's
be
our? Where's the mechanical songbird?
um, just
Just
a quick
watch.
glance around. Yeah, it definitely ducked the deck during the fight, and now has.
I'm gonna catch it in both hands and like I'm not gonna squash it, but I'm gonna just like hold it because in Essen's mind and also in Kian's, if this thing can't see us, it doesn't know what's going on. I don't know if that's true, but
Let's make a roll for that.
why?
It is small and fast.
I'm 8 feet tall. My hands are huge. Hoop.
It is much faster than.
You ever seen Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan? You could be
All
nimble,
right.
right?
Okay. Nobody asked, Turk. I know.
I
I'm
How
sorry.
dare
I've
you
been
shut
really
down his
mean
wrestling
today.
talk? That is
Orton said, "All right, well,
blasphemy.
while you do corporate espionage things, Alonso, let's get you checked out."
Um, can I roll sneak to try and creep up on it?
Yeah.
I have 2 things there. I mean, it's double threes. I'm just gonna take it. I won't push it.
Yeah. Um, for a moment, you'd feel it and clasp down, lift your hands up.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. Have we given any thought to maybe the fact I was trying to cover the bird's ears, but I don't know if that would actually help. But have we thought about the fact that maybe this rich person is just using us to be able to go back to the nests and destroy all the birds and catch everything? They kept saying that they weren't going to hurt the birds, but I feel like we're just leading them right to where all these nests are. And these birds were really nice, and now they're just guiding us. And I don't want to just poo poo all over that trust.
Does it hurt when I poke this feather? And this feather. Sorry. I think we can trust him. I mean, no, we can't, but if he just wants the resources and maybe we show just how dangerous it is by getting attacked. I think maybe if we manufacture some kind of large attack by a aggressive predator, we might find a way to disincentivize this sort of thing from happening too frequently. But how are we going to pull off the resources for that? I mean, megafauna are hard to come by. And
Demon
aggressive
megafauna.
ones? Demon megafauna as well, yeah. Thank you, God. I mean, you can definitely damage the ship enough, but I don't know. It's hard to fake injuries. Now, do explode when I push this bone slightly.
You're lucky I don't.
Oh,
Stop.
it'd be cool if you did. All right. We'll bind that.
Yeah, we will.
I know how to bind just fine. Set legs before and arms, and a few fingers, usually my own. Now, how drunk do you want to be when this happens?
What?
You know what? You two go talk. I'll take care of the wheel.
By now, you're maybe 2 hours. Guys, finally, you see escort wing dip down what looks just like a sand dune, like they just dove into it. But from your elevated height, as you pass by, you immediately on the other side of this small cavern, inlaid in the sand. Not quite big enough for an airship, but definitely small enough.
All right. Looks like we found the place. Thoughts on setting down and maybe taking a moment, or should we push on?
Well, I don't know how long these birds take, but you should probably at least get lay of the land.
I mean, really, we don't need the birds around. We know where to go in. We can take as long as we like.
Your call.
Oh, it's our call. Pronouns are hard for me too.
All right.
Are you bringing your mounts, or are you them with?
So we think we'll need them.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna grab turnip.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
important.
turnip is fully charged.
Okay, cool. Turnip's coming with me.
Like, what was just the like almost like walking on ice skates, just these big like diamond pointed claws that it's carefully trying to balance on. Now splits, 6 little segments very quickly, almost crab like.
Is he amenable to sitting on my shoulder?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
more hang like a backpack.
I want him to be able to see though. I'll just hold out my palm and just put him in my palm in front of me for now. So he
Literally
can
the
see.
only one that Turnip is palm sized for. Everyone else, it's this
Mm-hmm.
sizable robot for Essen just palm.
Just a little baby.
A baby.
Your teleportation system is not active. Physically have to get down ground level, up out. I assume that you trust your crew enough. Leave them with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I know what will happen.
They do. Essen will probably kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm
they've
gonna give
given
him
you
wedgies.
no indication that they have any intention of betraying you. They have been nothing but helpful. So
Appreciate it, guys.
hear like shouted out from the cockpits. We didn't have a ton of choice.
Think of it less as forced servitude and more newfound friendship and employment.
The ship just kind of hovers.
Are we paying them? We're paying them, right?
Yes,
Essen
we're paying.
give them
Okay,
the
good.
expensive books.
Oh, you gave them the expensive books.
But
Just give them dust next time.
4 of you stare at the opening. Notice that as the wind starts shifting, it is starting to bring the sand down. Not fast enough to immediately come, but could be why it's so hard to find their nest. Wind is constantly covering entrances and opening other entrances.
Hmm.
Actually finding an entrance to very difficult. Unsure of how much time you have, but have a time limit.
All right. Well, let's try and make this quick. Oh, we are gonna need the mounts because we're gonna need to load up the crates.
Right.
Get at least one.
Hmm.
We get a
Um,
really big one.
let's get the goats in the goat cart.
Do a giant crab too. A
We do have
giant friendly crab.
yes.
Give it treats for massive affection points.
The goats are your expendable now.
They're not expendable.
Uh-huh. said Morgan, who called them expendable last session.
Oof.
That was out of character, and you know it.
But yeah, the cart down, lead them inside. They have that same vacant, just happy expression that they seem to always have, even after they nearly plummeted to their demise in a giant pit. But still, they follow. Get about 60, 70 feet into the cave. Sound of the barely audible, or of a slight whisper. Follow, eventually opening up massive cavern. Round ceiling, walls, all lined with about perfect sized clusters of, and probably 20 to 30,000 of these little hummingbirds.
Wow. Well, I give it to you, kid. This is really impressive.
Oh, you're catching on.
Which one of you think would be first to clusters?
Of birds or
Crystals.
diamond crystals? Honestly, probably not Orton. He's busy taking in the scene because that's kind of one of my Bond things. It's like seeing new stuff. If you'll be all right with it, I think he'd be like, hey, like leaning on Pops a little bit, just like looking at it.
Essen is probably curious and also wants to show turnip.
Then Essen step up to one of these crystals. See yourself reflected in it. You see your companions behind you, as it's just hundreds of angles that all reflect like your kind of all of it. That reflection going dull from coming back as a different staring at a younger male, the adventurous look companion spread out behind him. Much like your companions stare at likely former adventurers that came here. Memory.
Hey, Lamosa, these crystals kind of seem like that little necklace you have. I don't know if spirits are actually hanging out here, but there's somebody looking at me and it's not me.
I wonder if our little friend in this necklace knows more about it. And Mimosa will, go ahead and uncap the necklace again to let our little wispy friend, I'm not really sure what we should call him, but let him out, see what there is out here.
First time you had done this, kind of poured out elixir, swam around the room. This time it's one of this wave, burst of air that this spirit, one by one, these have that same blue, reflecting all of their all of families, adventurers that treasure had found the natural. As all these people don't recognize ancient strangers having passed through the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and take a piece of crystal.
Out, grabbing about a fist-sized chunk.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
It would take a little bit to break it off, but are fairly strong. Eventually, snaps. That bluish glow dies off.
I'm gonna sort of nudge Turnip. See anybody you know?
Gonna hop off. They're wandering around the room.
Yeah, let him go do it. I'll start breaking off crystals and packing boxes.
It's about a 150-ish foot wide cavern. Probably close to 80, 90 feet tall. Start wondering.
Let him go.
Anyone else?
Pops is gonna just hang back and wait for everybody to get their sense of wonderment out. He's going to watch the crystals and just consider for a little bit.
Okay.
Is there any like broken pieces or anything like that around? Anything like that?
There's little bits in the ground, yeah. Little shards, slivers, basically.
He'll pick up a couple of little shard pieces that you know he can pocket.
Morton, Mosa.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lamosa's going to try to harvest some pieces to pack in the crates as well. Maybe going up to some of the taller ones at the top of the chamber. Do like a little like woodpecker moment and then catch it and bring it down.
Yeah. Depending on how big of a piece.
I mean, not huge. Like, if possible, Melissa would really like to ascertain like what would be sustainable for this cave. Because if we just take out everything and leave nothing else to form, it's kind of counterproductive for everybody. So anything that like looks like it could use a little bit shaved off.
Yeah. Be too difficult. As that piece breaks off. Oh, again. Fade. Memory.
Pops will offer up one of the. He'll pull the goat cart up near the bigger chunks when we're starting to get into those.
Morton.
Morton's kind of just looking at the memories more than collecting. He kind of wants to just take everything in and like try and get a real good look at all the faces, especially the ones that seem like they're from a long, long time ago.
Morton and Essen. Who wants odd? Who wants?
I'll take even.
I'm pretty odd, yeah.
6. Essen, you and Orton start this sightsee faces. Dozens of aspect cluster. All of them similarly wondrous expressions. But also both see military that definitely came here. Harvest these crystals. Likely once they left, they never found their way back, thankfully. But Essen, you see a tire on some of these memories similar to yours.
Of chroniclers or trogs?
Of chroniclers.
Looks like this place has been pretty well traversed.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm gonna take. Oh,
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna take a peek at the chroniclers that I see, and kind of think back to the scroll and see if there's any sort of correlation or connection or anything like that.
I mean, you're getting clues that they have been out here. That this place should be well documented. Should be notes, books, research done at places like this. Like this is a wonder. This should be widely known by everyone. And yet there's nothing. They saw this and chose to say nothing.
This is a really special place, and I really don't want to lead anybody else here. Did that little punk ass songbird follow us?
Did see it on your way.
Damn it.
Unsure where it is now.
I'm gonna ask Turnip to go find the songbird. If I can find Turnip.
Oh. Mechanical spider, mechanical bird.
Aha.
Arden?
Turnip would just.
Yeah, Pops.
Walk with me for a second, would you?
Sure thing. Yeah.
Looking around this place, I get the feeling you understand the impact of it. How important this sort of thing is. Rare.
Really rare. Truly.
A lot of times folk look at this sort of thing. They look at these people that are showing up, memories. And all they can think about is, how do I make this work for me? How do I take this and make it mine? And I want you to think about this. I know you go out and you explore and you want to bring something bright back to the world. I get that. But just remember, who you teach. They've got ideas of their own. Sometimes you can help that, sometimes you can't. Okay?
I understand. I think we're all quickly making an about face on this job. Yeah.
This whole time I've been looking to you because You're the one that wants to do all this. You're the one that everybody's following the drive of.
Well, I shouldn't be doing that. It's a terrible idea.
And yet, here we are. Think. Use your brain. Use your heart. I know they're both good. And Pops is gonna head on along down the cave and continue gathering up what dross he can.
Rin's just gonna kind of be staring into the crystals, really like looking at the faces of everyone there and trying to kind of understand what they were thinking. And
a young woman, explorer. Her attire tells you she was probably hundreds of years. Any of you. But she stands there as if she was staring at you. The hand holds it up, crystal.
got your back. We swap places.
Just a moment. Like you're connected over knows how many.
Essen is going to go back to where they took the crystals from and turn out their pockets and put them back, and is instead going to craft some flowers and sort of lay them out, kind of thinking back to trainings that they've had about the importance of recording history is also to make sure that it's an accurate history and to leave places the same or better than you found them, and to not take anything away. And probably is feeling a little ashamed for having wanted to grab them instinctually, but is going to just kind of craft some flowers and kind of look to the birds and see, like, you know, craft different ones and see which ones they're interested in. And if there's one particular kind, we'll just probably spend the time crafting and spreading them out.
You'd have an audience of probably 24 of them that would just be watching over you, inspecting your handiwork. Eagerly, I guess for lack of a better term, playing with the fauna the flora that
Does Turnip return?
Turnip has not yet returned.
Okay.
Anyone else?
At this point, Pops is focused on just, you know, the crystals that are already, like, broken and on the floor and stuff like that.
Then it sounds like you are not filling the crates.
I'm filling the crates with whatever's, like, already broken and
Yeah, if you wanted to scavenge the shards and little bits you can find that have just eroded away, fallen from the ceiling over after getting too heavy and shattering. By taking basically setting up camp, the rest, probably fill one of the. By this point, Turnip would return back to you. New scratches along his little turnip body, but no golden bird. They had a tussle.
This motherfucker hurt my friend.
The bird escaped.
Oh, they massacred my boy.
I'm gonna scoop up Turnip and I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group, uh, and just say whether we wanted it or not. I think that this place is found, and I don't know if we want to try to do anything to stop that.
Can't let that bird get back.
I would love to kill that bird and bring it back.
Well then, let's.
If any of you would like to make a check to spot this thing,
All right.
Alright.
Sense.
I'll see what I can see.
Could we
5.
consider this? Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, no.
The results already been said, so I don't think there's anything I can do about
Oh,
that.
I did. That was just for mine.
I guess you could call this a group check.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's why I was like,
Oh,
if it's a team
okay, yeah, no.
action, I could use Brave Destiny, which
Do it,
increases
do
the
it, do it,
effects
do it.
of the next team action we take to superpowered.
Yeah,
I'm dumb. You do it.
Okay.
Just re-roll. We'll pretend like that never happened.
Okay.
So Limosa's leading this.
I can.
Right? Yeah, all of you can roll.
I'll take a strain and aid Lamosa.
Ooh,
Right.
please do.
It's a 4.
4.
Yeah, I
That's
also got a 4.
That's another 5.
Limosa, did you roll an extra die for?
Oh, I didn't. Okay, let me do that. That's a 6. Let's go.
All right.
It mattered.
Oh, I was.
Pops is just gonna look over everything. It's like, gotta understand, this is where lightning ether travels through. All the wind, all the energy, you can just sense it if you really reach out, feel the wind around you.
And then, yeah, it just kind of like clicks after Pop says that, clicks in Lamosa's mind, and just kind of laser focuses on, hopefully, that little bird.
Catch like a little glint of gold in one of the reflections, and then just follow that to a different reflection until it finally bounces. See it taking one last pass, and then start towards the end.
All right. Yeah, Lamosa just straight up goes like demon raven mode and just gonna fly out after it.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, how do I do that? Is
D20.
it just
Yeah.
D20? Oh, okay. Ah. That's a 13.
It could never withstand any sort of spin. It is fast. It's to get in and get out. It would just crumple and shatter.
Cue red-tailed hawk sound.
That just
My
echoes
bad.
cavern.
All right. Well,
Damn.
we've all made a decision now.
Well,
What kind of after effects do you think we're going to have?
let's find out.
I want to lean down. I want to check out if this is like a constant reporting back situation, or if it would be kind of like a familiar and like go back and tell them about it.
I feel like that's probably a channel roll. Unless you feel like you have a skill that works better.
A study?
Sure.
Reverse? No. That is a well, I do have a tinker.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever you feel you would do.
2.
That's you.
Ooh.
Hard
I-
to
Can't pick heads, tails, or wings off of this thing. I mean,
seem
it
to
was
be any-
jewelry.
There's no like built-in recording device that
I mean, I don't know.
And they did say the worst that it would do is go back and tell them. So maybe it needed to get back in order to relay anything.
Let's gather up the pieces here. And we did get attacked. We got the marks on the ship and us to prove it. We bring back one crystal. Darn, your precious jewelry got smashed up a bit. Lose a few pieces that look like they control cognition.
Well, start headed your way back, following the same path that you did in. That's this entrance is indeed about half closed. Part barely squeezes through and is cascading down. Till another one somewhere is probably opening, but it's finding a needle in a needle stick. Figure out where that.
Wouldn't that be pretty easy? I think that'd be the easiest thing to do.
Finding one specific needle in a stack full of needles.
Might not
Alright,
be as safe as it could be, but it's natural defensive. I'll load back up into the ship, which looks like they probably took it for a little bit of a joyride, but they did come back.
Get the mileage.
You guys had fun?
You just get a thumbs up as the ship is.
Good.
They flew it in reverse so it wouldn't show up.
The Aether fuel tank is lower than it was when you left. But we'll load back up. We go from there. Have to find out next time. We are going to bring this session to on that beautiful note. Thank you all so much for being here. You've been a wonderful cast and crew. Thank you to everyone for coming and watching and supporting us. We literally can't do this without you. So, from the bottom of my heart, everyone at the Lost Caravan, we heckin' love you. Did once again want to let everyone give you a chance to let everyone know where they can find you, any projects that you're working on, and just a little bit about you. Bacter, thank you so much for the raid. We just had a very beautiful moment in a cavern full of crystals that hold the memories of the explorers that. And our party decided that they did not want to harvest it for money. Instead, let this. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follows. You're amazing. Let me give you a shout out real quick because y'all are amazing. There it is. Haha, I know my commands. Bam, there we go. Thank you. Much love. But Dirk, why don't you start us off?
Alright, I guess I can. God, speaking that whole time really messed up your voice. Hey everybody. All our just emotions. Fought a hellbird today, and I thought that would be like, alright, tippy tops. And it's like, oh, the earth is dying and we need to save it. But it's not, it's fine. Except, well, this one's fine. Ours is, yeah. Anyway, the large point being, hi everybody. I'm Turk, or Turk Accented on the places where that kind of information matters. And I was, of course, playing Orton Harlow, a fool, a leader, plan haver, inner monologue truster, explosion maker. I made a bomb today,
and it was great. I got a hat full of bomb.
Believe me, CIA, we're as surprised as you are.
In game. But gosh, this was just so good. Really, really glad, I can call this the last stream for me for the year. No, the year. With so much more to come up. We got Last Transmission, which is a death in space game over on Neon Lights. That's some good like Dead Space style horror we've got going on there. We're probably just about to get eyes on Alien, get on the critter, so that could be a good time. Got Coffee and Chaos here on the 7th, with some familiar faces. And then it's back. It's Lancer, it's Necromancers, it's the Pancrati. I'm God. It's fun. I'm a god. One of them, probably. I mean, devil, possibly. Who knows? It's complicated, but that's what makes it so good. And of course, Through the Breach on the 10th, our last session of that. So if you haven't been following up, that's of course all on YouTube. It's been really fun. I'm a very different kind of character there, but I still do a lot of fun shooty things. And then we'll be right back here on the 11th, all things going well. So I'm really looking forward to that. Oh gosh, we probably have made an enemy, or maybe a really dumb friend.
What?
Anyway, this has been just so good. Like snaps, like, my God, Morgan, like, ha. But y'all were great, and that last scene, I could live in that moment forever. I want to be in the cave. I was there. But seriously, support everyone you see on your screen. All their work is incredible. If tonight is not already proven that to you, I can swear by it. And just keep being the awesome people I know you can be. Otherwise, I'll be a little sad. You don't want that. But yeah, see y'all next time.
Up to heck.
All right, hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. Tonight I played Lamosa, the Lorito Colossus, who took a beating today. But, she's okay. I think that's the first time she's got down to 0 though, so that was the time.
Enjoy your wound.
Yeah, but you can find me on all the social medias. That's Sir Heckalot, including Twitter, as long as it lasts. It might be dying tonight. Who knows? This could be the end. So follow me elsewhere, like on Twitch, Instagram, Tumblr, like a whole bunch of places. Wherever there is social media, wherever there's internet, I'm probably on there. Like Itch, that I didn't mention. But yeah, this was my last stream for this year, but definitely check me out on social media to figure out where I'll be next, because I'm going to be part of a whole bunch of channels next year, including like Neon Lights Roleplay, Indoor Adventures, The Hype Goblin. I'll be back here for Clue and Thirsty Sword Lesbians next month, so that's going to be awesome. Yeah, lots of stuff in the works, so definitely stay tuned. Follow the Lost Caravan YouTube channel, go check out the website, all that good stuff. And that's it for me.
All right, over to Kian.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kian. You can find me on Twitter currently at uptight_chiffon. As Heck said, Twitter might be going down. That's a good prompt for me, so I'll probably be making all the other social medias tonight, just in case. But this has been absolutely lovely. I've played Essen. I will be hanging out here for the Chaos and Coffee on the 7th. I will be hanging out here as well for Icon on the 11th. And then I've got another thing here, Arc Doom on the 30th. I have something that I'm a part of that hopefully is going to kick off in February. I'm really excited about it. Can't talk about specifics yet, but keep an eye out for that. And then just as a last little note, gentle reminder that the new year is an arbitrary date for some people, so no pressure to change your lives, change who you are, criticize the last year and how you've survived and lived. Be gentle with yourselves. The new year can be a really difficult time for some people, so just remember to love on yourselves, love on each other, and hopefully find a little bit of joy and laughter as we jump into 2023.
And over to Morgan.
All right. Again, folks, my name's Morgan Stutler. I'm an actor and voice actor. You can find me on most social media at Mr. Morphine482. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I kind of hope Twitter doesn't go down yet because I'm trying to make sure I save my data from there. But you can also find me on twitch.tv/precarious on Fridays. We've got a game coming up on the 30th, which is our regular Level Up 5e game from EN Publishing, who are graciously sponsoring us. It's basically a expanded version of 5e. It gives you more options both for characters and for GMs. It's a lot of fun. Come check us out if you get the chance. Additionally, I'll be on here for more Icon. I'm looking forward to next time.
Absolutely. For as little combat as we had this time, I cannot promise this. But yeah, I'm Andrew, your Games Master for the evening, and for most evenings around here, although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seat in the coming weeks, because we got a bunch of great people in our community, and they want to tell a bunch of great games, and I am here to support it. Speaking of our community, if you do want to join us and roll some dice with us in the future, we'd love to have you. Join our Discord at the link down below, that big old button that says Discord. It's where we post things like casting calls, schedules, cat pictures, food pictures, where we just generally hang out and giant nerds. And we would absolutely love to have you. And if you don't want to roll dice, even just want to come hang out and chat, we'd love to see you. But we do casting calls each and every month. So we do tons of one-shots, we do tons of like 3-4 session, mini campaigns. We're just a bunch of nerds having fun. But our friends over at Dork Tales are currently raid over there. But before I do, as always, be good people, do good things, and next time, bye everybody.